What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to a new review. Well, for today I have a tablet, but as we all know, tablets haven't been doing that well over the past few years, and the only popular tablets are the iPads or those cheap Amazon tablets. Anything in between hasn't been doing that well lately. Well, the one that I have today is called the Simbans Picassotab Tablet, and this is a 10-inch tablet that costs about $200, and it comes with a pressure-sensitive stylus. And if I would be to guess, that stylus is the main selling point for this tablet, because this is gonna be great for drawing and sketching. Of course, it's not gonna be a professional tool, but for the average user and kids, it's gonna do more than okay. And we're gonna start with a quick unboxing. So the tablet comes in a decent looking box, and inside the box we are obviously gonna find the tablet, we have a power adapter, and we also have a USB-C cable. There is also a leather case for the tablet, and that's a nice thing to have so you don't scratch your tablet. There is a user manual that's in English and a whole bunch of other languages, and of course that stylus. So the stylus comes with two batteries, and these are 4A batteries, and to be honest I've never seen one of these before, and I'm not even sure whether you're supposed to buy a replacement one. So definitely look into that just in case you may need to replace these in the future. As for the Stylus Is Functionality, well, the tablet comes pre-installed with the Autodesk Sketchbook, but you can always install other apps from the Play Store, and there are a whole bunch of free ones available. As I mentioned earlier, the stylus is also pressure sensitive, and it works decent most of the time, but you may notice some lag every now and then. Now it really depends how many apps you have running in the background and stuff like that, and since this is not exactly a professional tool, I think it does okay most of the time, and it's gonna be alright for most people that are drawing or sketching. And we're moving on to the tablet specification. So inside this tablet we have a quad-core CPU. This is the MediaTek 8163, which is a CPU clocked at 1.3 GHz, so definitely not the fastest CPU, and we only have 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. Out of that 32 gigs of internal storage, the tablet has about 24 gigs left, and the speeds for the internal storage aren't that fast either, but luckily the tablet can take an SD card, and that SD card can also be used as internal storage, so you're not going to be running out of space anytime soon. Since that CPU isn't the fastest out there, of course the scores that we are going to get on the Antutu Benchmark and the Geekbench 4 aren't that high, so we only get about 38,000 on the Antutu Benchmark and about 1400 for the multi-core score on the Geekbench 4. The 10-inch screen has a resolution of 1280 by 800, so just above 720p, but luckily the colors are very vibrant and the viewing angles are also good. Now, there is a lot of reflection happening, so if you have a lot of light hitting the screen, it may be difficult to see at times, even though the screen gets bright enough. The screen sensitivity is also decent, and the screen can register up to 10 touches at the same time, and that's great mostly if you are planning to game on this tablet. Just above the screen we have a 2-megapixel front-facing camera, and even though the picture quality is not mind-blowing, it should be good enough for video calls. On the back of the tablet we also have a 5-megapixel camera, but of course taking pictures with the tablet it's not ideal because you're gonna look something like this. So definitely don't take pictures with the cameras, and even if you take pictures with that rear camera, the quality isn't that great. The back of the tablet it's made out of plastic, and the plastic feels kind of soft to touch, and it's not that slippery either. And on the left hand side we have the power button, we also have the volume keys, one of the speakers, we have the USB-C port, so that's how you charge the tablet. We have the HDMI out, the 3.5mm audio jack, and the slot for the SD card. The sound coming out of that 3.5mm audio jack could be louder, but I guess it depends what headphones you have plugged in, and kind of the same goes for those speakers. So we have a speaker on the left and a speaker on the right, but considering the size of the tablet, those speakers don't actually get that loud, and depending where you are, you may have trouble hearing whatever is happening on the tablet. So charging the tablet is done through that USB-C port that we have on the left hand side of the tablet, and it takes between 5 and 6 hours to fully charge the battery from 0 to 100. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any information regarding the battery capacity inside this tablet, but based on the charging time, I'm gonna assume that we have a 5 to 6000 mAh battery. And on one charge you can go for about 2 to 3 days, and out of that about 8 to 10 hours of screen on time. But like anything else, it really depends how you use it, if you play games, if you are just watching videos and so on. And we are moving on to performance. So the tablet it's running Android 7, and luckily it's running stock Android, and that's important because we don't have the most powerful CPU out there. Opening apps takes a bit longer than usual, and that's normal because we don't have the fastest CPU out there, and we only have about 2 gigs of RAM, so multitasking isn't gonna do that great because the tablet will keep closing some of those apps running in the background. once an app is open and loaded, it does work okay, but you may notice some lag every now and then depending on the app that you are using. The tablet still does okay for watching YouTube videos, for example. The maximum resolution for YouTube videos is gonna be 720p, but of course that's the maximum resolution of the screen. You can even game on this, but the gaming experience is far from the best. So first of all, the games will take a while to load, and after they load you may notice some lag and some skipped frames here and there. But of course there are a lot of games available in the Google Play Store, and if you download some light ones, the tablets should do okay. So definitely not the quickest tablet out there, but like anything else, it really depends what you're coming from. Because if you're coming from a $1,000 phone, this will definitely feel slow. But if you're coming from a phone that's like $150 to $300, this may feel normal. So it really depends what you're used to. Surprisingly enough, the tablet has a GPS unit inside. Now keep in mind that it takes like 2 minutes to find your location, but once your location is found, it doesn't seem to lose it, so you can technically use this for Google Maps without an internet connection. As for connectivity, the tablet supports dual band Wi-Fi, and that means that you can connect to the 2.4 and the 5 GHz Wi-Fi bands, and the range and the speeds over Wi-Fi are also good. And it's time to conclude this video. So for the price, I was kind of expecting a faster CPU and a bit more RAM. Now it's nice that we get a 10-inch screen, but we only get a 720p resolution, so a 1080p screen would have been ideal for watching videos and movies as well. It's nice that we get that stylus, because we don't usually get a stylus with most tablets, and I think the tablet will do okay for the average users, but if you're a power user, I don't recommend this tablet. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, press that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.